All right, podcast time. The Plan B Up Show podcast. You getting real up close?
It's like David and Goliath over here, dude. Jesus.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
There you go.
Wait. Hold on, see. I am so scared.
What up, Blair Witch? That's funny, dude. You gotta have like some water dripping off your nose.
Seriously, whenever I see, if there's ever a video that's like this, I'm done watching because it's just
funny. Dude. Have you seen the Blair Witch? It's fucking scary, dude. It's pretty scary. Even now, I rewatched it like 2 years ago, and I was like, it's not going to be like it was in the theater. Dude,
still scary.
Sketchy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a young man. When that come out, like 96 or 97 or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I'm all dizzy now from doing that with the camera.
We went and watched it in the theater.
Oh, you did?
We went and watched it in theaters with my sister, dude. Dude, we left the theater like, damn.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Witch in there. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, anyway, enough of our amazing camera work in the Blair Witch, spot on impersonation of the Blair Witch. Let's get to your after show podcast, week in review. Just see what happened this past week, and kind of a crazy week. A lot of stuff going on. Why don't we talk about first the guy who stole a box of human heads, accidentally, of course, accidentally. So, if you heard about this, some guy broke into a truck, and there was a box there, and it was
like an important truck full of important things, valuable things.
He didn't take time to read that the box had human. Like it was a human remains, or it said human stuff on there, not human stuff. That's not the technical term for it. human stuff on there, human stuff.
Kind of human stuff.
But he took the box and then found out there was a bunch of human heads that were obviously going to be used for, I'm sure, medical things. But God, could you imagine opening that box and just
staring at you, eight heads in a duffel bag? Where's fucking Pesci at? Dude, could you imagine? All right, I've seen a lot of things in my life.
Yeah.
Could you imagine opening up a box and a bunch of heads staring back at you? It'd change your life. I couldn't sleep for a while at least.
Yeah, no shit, man. Having those.
I've seen a dead body before, but like everything intact.
Yeah. We've all been to funerals and
all glued up to look. You don't look normal sitting there in that casket. But I've seen a dead body before.
Yeah. But seeing a dead body in public, though, like just randomly where you weren't supposed to see a dead body. Yeah, and then
I've never like randomly like stand by me or like discovered a body.
Yeah, that'd be horrifying. We did also talk about this. I think the weirdest body part to find randomly would be a booty hole.
A booty hole. Right. What is that? Is that a condom?
Is that a piece of gum?
Right.
Poke it with a stick. Oh no! It's stuck on the end of my stick. Shake it off.
Shake it off. Still got hair in it.
Yeah, so
that would be random.
If you're stealing boxes full of human heads, you're in for a horrifying surprise right there.
Jesus.
Real
quick, would you rather find a human head in the wild or a body without a head in the wild?
I think a body without a head. Because all right, you know what I mean? Because like a human head, you're seeing a face, all right? A body, it's like, okay, there's a body.
Yeah, the body's not looking at you, right?
Jesus. Dude, I was going to make a terrible joke. Like, well, at least I still have sex with that dead body.
God.
It's the podcast. I can say that. I didn't mean it.
That's terrible.
No, I think a decapitated body, still horrifying, but a face. You got to imagine a dead face looking up at you, right?
You ever been in my dad's office with all those World War II pictures my grandpa took up on the wall?
I don't know if I've ever looked closely at him. Why?
He's got one picture, dude. And it picture has always set me back because my dad's always had it on display. And they're walking through the wood, the jungle, I should say. And it's I can't explain exactly what it is, but it's a line of like 7 guys, and the guy in the middle is holding the human head that he had just popped off. And they kind of came to each other. They didn't know each other were in this part of the woods, and he snapped that picture, dude. Could you imagine walking up onto like this tribe or whatever it is, dude? And the dude's holding that human head, like,
be horrifying.
Yeah. And that's something my grandpa took, dude. A picture,
Oh wait, don't move. Oh wait, the head blinked. We got
God, it's still alive. No, he's got his hand in it. Oh, that's terrible. Oof. Anyway, yeah, they gave me nightmares for a while, dude. Anytime
What is that from? Where he takes the head and he's moving it in the mouth? The movie with Ben Stiller, Tropic Thunder. Remember Thunder. When the guy steps on the landmine and then they find his head and he's like, "Oh, I'm Nigel."
It's flopping around.
It's a fake head. It's a movie prop, guys. And he tastes the blood. He's like, "No, that's
funny." Or This Is the End. Have you seen that movie where the guy sticks his head through the? Let me in.
Jesus,
they start kicking it around.
That movie is so demented, dude. Oh, hilarious.
I was dying at that part, dude. No pun intended.
It was that got Channing Tatum as the sex slave for dating me.
Yeah. Who was the girl in that movie for?
You had Emma Watson.
Emma Watson. So she did an interview after that movie and said, like, I only cut for like a day. Like, I couldn't be around the guys. They were too like.
Oh, I could.
They were ruthless, I guess.
I could only imagine. But anyway, so there you go. Box full of human heads. Also during this week, we had a story about a person who had a customized license plate, a vanity license plate. It said fart. Well, she might lose that license plate because someone complained. That's right. Some fucking miserable person was like, "No, that's so offensive. How could you get that on a license plate?"
Second grade kids laughing at that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's funny to everybody. How can you walk around life being that offended and that like everything offends you then? If that offends you, then everything. Come on.
Yeah. If a license plate. Yeah. Oh my God. Have you heard what they said? Yeah. It would, and I guarantee it was a woman. I guarantee it was a woman that called. Some probably middle-aged broad. I could see a guy doing it, but more than likely it was some middle-aged broad with a short haircut in the back and long in the front.
Talk to the manager, kind of.
Yeah. I talked to the manager, probably named Karen. She took time out of her day to call the DMV to complain. Who calls the DMV, Hunter? Oof. This person does.
Does. Probably waited on on the line for a bit too.
I need to speak to a manager. I saw something so outrageous, so offensive.
Yeah, when you're to the point in your life where you're bitching just a bitch, it's like, man, they should have like interventions for people like that. You know,
anything from it.
You know, like this family member's just getting way too out of hand, getting way too just complaining about everything, sending your steak back like 5 times.
Yeah,
it's like, you know what, we're gonna fucking sit you down. You know, you need a wake up call.
You need a wake up call. I'm gonna rough you up a little bit. So there you go. Fart plate, an offensive. I can't believe it. Can you believe it? I said fart. The last thing as we wrap up this week in review, this was actually at the beginning of the week, a foam finger mishap, if you will. In the sports world, Auburn to get their fans all excited for the Big Ten, because apparently Auburn's got a pretty good team. The Big Ten tournament, they gave the first 500, I believe, fans.
No, 5,000.
Was it 5,000?
There's 5,000 of those things, dude. Yeah, for sure, it's 5,000.
So you all know the foam fingers, right? You put it on, it's like this, and hey, we're number one. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, this foam finger had a basketball on the top of it.
All right.
It made it look like a penis from the backside.
If you can imagine, you know, with a basketball on the backside, it's gonna look like a dick.
So I found some pictures of it, and it does look like a penis from the backside. We've talked about this whenever.
Hey, you know what though? Those are gonna be worth something someday. Only 5,000 of them are made. So
yeah. And with them being phallic in nature, and you know, there's somebody who's got like 10 of them. Like, I'll give me 10 of those penises. I mean, fingers. This went through multiple layers of approval. That's the thing. Is this? And anytime you see a design where you're like, that doesn't look quite right. It went through. There was probably a brainstorming idea. All right, a brainstorming group where they're like, okay, why don't we do like a foam finger, but let's put a basketball on it. Okay, and then they drew up the design. Probably hired someone to put it together. They ran it through multiple things, multiple meetings. Where like, okay, does this look good? Okay, let's change this. And still, no one saw it. Like, flip it over quick, guys. What does that look like?
Yeah, you know what happened in my brain, dude? There was one guy who was like, oh, you know. I'm just gonna let it go. Just let it go.
No, I'm quitting in 2 weeks anyways. Who gives a shit?
Like, he had that 10-second thought where he's like, you should probably say something, but
Nah. You know, I also should have got that raise 6 months ago. Guess what?
Yeah.
Penis foam fingers for everybody.
For everybody. Enjoy it.
But yeah, so needless to say, Auburn University made a mistake and got 5,000
huge mistake. Huge
foam penises out there. Huge. That's average, right? Now a little big
big
for my
floppy mistake, right?
So there you go. That is your Plan B After Show podcast week in review. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We may have this next week. I don't know. Hunter's out, so for an entire week because I think he deserves
golfing, dude.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You lose so many golf balls. I can't wait.
Shut up.
Well, we'll see you next time with more of Brock and Hunter and the After Show podcast. Later.